Treasure too.
Welcome everyone, you've joined us for the second episode of Pleasure Explosion. I'm your host for this week, Nick Pryor. We're joined here today by Dylan.
I'm in a good fucking mood today, Nick.
Oh, can't be any worse than what I am. Thomas.
Good evening, gentlemen.
And also we have here Ashley.
Yeah, I'm doing okay too.
Oh, good to hear.
In case you're wondering.
We're all just okay. That was the most anti-collective. I'm in a good fucking mood. Yeah, I'm not in a great mood either. Yeah, I'm okay. Tom's like, good evening, gentlemen.
I'm ready to go. I've had a good weekend.
This is going to be our best episode ever.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. Unfortunately, Jono and Jack can't be here with us today. They've got
Rest in peace.
And kind of things going on.
They quit.
Yeah, they've been shown the door.
One episode in and we leave a third.
Yeah.
That's alright, we're culling. They didn't get any redundancy either.
Fuck them.
Fuck him.
Alright,
Jono's got his career to fall back on.
Yeah, that's it.
The rest of us,
All right.
this is all I've got.
Oh, we're clutching at straws then.
Hold on, I need, before you start the actual topic, I do need to quickly go over the fact that I, Dylan, was the first one ever late to an episode. I will take this moment. I really did never think it would be me. I feel bad, but at the same time, it's not my fault. Hashtag fuck wood chippers and...
I think that's a stance we can all get behind.
Quick story, for some reason, I'm living between two houses, my computer's at my parents' house, I fucking go up there today after work, I walk into my room, and my dad's outside with a fucking wood chipper. I'm like, this is not podcast material, everyone.
No.
So now I race back here, and I'm currently sitting in the most ghetto setup ever, late to the podcast. Great day. Let's go, Nick.
It's only 45 minutes we've been waiting for you. So
Yeah, that's it. We haven't got a life outside of this or anything.
nah. No, I don't have Horizon to play. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I told you to put him in the wood chipper and show an example of him.
I fucking wish. I would if
Before we dive into the topic, I just want to start with how your week's been. Do you want to go first, Tom?
Yeah, sure. I have had a pretty decent week, I think. There was some rough news at the end of it that I didn't get a job that I was aiming for, but that is quite alright. We have some feedback from that whole process, and we can grow from there and maybe reapply later. And I've been playing a lot of Horizon. So
No. I'm sure you'll get it next time.
fingers crossed.
To hire you.
Idiots. But
Yeah, I'll say.
But if they're listening,
Let's hope
I
they're wonderful people if they're listening.
they are actually pretty fantastic people, but and it's not sufficiently experienced at this point in time, so I can work on that, and I will see them at a later date. Here's hoping.
Awesome. Well, fingers crossed for you.
Cheers.
Alright, how about you, Ash?
yeah, pretty alright week. Obviously playing Horizon like everybody else who owns a PS4 this week, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Got lots of stuff going on.
Not much, yeah.
How is
You
it?
got the important stuff down.
How
Yeah,
is
but
it
the
that you are 12 hours into Horizon and that's all you've done all week?
I've had other interests as well.
Ah, okay. So when you say all that you've done is Horizon, you lie.
Also that.
Sorry, I thought it was my go. I was just yelling out what I've been doing all week.
Now it's your go to.
I just said it, porn.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what you were expecting.
No, me either. Myself, I've had a pretty up and down week. The ups have been getting the Switch and Horizon and going to see Logan. Oh god, that was a good movie.
What
Yes.
a movie!
Oh, I know.
Still haven't seen it.
We're not going to spoil it then for you.
Thank you.
Spoilers: he kills someone in it.
Well, I was tempted to go tonight.
Schnick.
Tempted to go tonight, but we usually record at about 6 o'clock New Zealand time, and someone was late. So
Fuck off, Tom.
we probably won't
Not your
finish up
fault,
here
Tom.
with enough time for me to go. So, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Fuck
next
wood
Sunday.
chippers.
Hashtag.
I think we got the title of the show, right?
That's the title
Yeah.
of the episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah. When I left Logan, it made me angry for what the other X-Men films could have been and weren't.
Oh man, Apocalypse is so fucking bad.
I still haven't seen it.
No, don't even bother.
Would you say
No.
it's apocalyptic?
I don't know. I think it was more middle of the road of all the X-Men films. Nothing can be as bad as Last Stand, so...
All
I
I
don't
know
know. I thought Apocalypse was worse.
Really?
is... Really?
Really?
Huge call.
Really? Because at least, see, the thing about Last Stand is it's terrible, but it still has Hugh Jackman kind of carrying it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Whereas Apocalypse is everyone's boring as fuck. And even when spoilers, Wolverine has a fucking cameo in that movie. Even though it's not a spoiler, because they show it in the fucking trailer with his... Anyway, he shows up on screen for like a minute, still can't save the movie.
Oh, well. Hugh Jackman isn't a superhero after all, then, is he?
He's our superhero, Australia's
As close as
greatest export. Hulking men. That's why I'll be stuck here forever.
Well, you're not even from real Australia, so...
Yeah.
Fuck off. Neither are you.
We don't like to acknowledge Tasmania.
Well, I don't pretend to be from real Australia.
I might as well live in New Zealand.
Do it's a
Yeah,
good place.
and then the downers have been... Well, it started on Thursday when I had to go to the hospital for a specialist appointment. So I had to take the day off work, which coincidentally was my first day back to work from holidays. But when I got there, they informed me that they changed the appointment and I never got any notification from it. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, that was Oh, yeah, it was. Over an hour drive and peak hour traffic for nothing. So I have to go back again next week.
Good podcast
And then-
time, though. You can listen to a great podcast like this one, pleasureexplosion.com.
Yes, yeah, we made the
something
website
good.
this week too. Yeah, you can find it at www.pleasureexplosion.com. Yeah, and then last night after seeing Logan, we got home and found a stray dog in our yard, and it had destroyed the rabbit and guinea pig hutch that we have on the front veranda, and now the animals are missing, probably dead. But
What happened to the dog?
the dog, well, don't get me started. Well, I'm going to start anyway. I called.
Don't get me started,
Don't
but
get me started. We're already there. Fuck it.
That's it. Well, I called Maitland Council and I didn't hear back for an hour, and then the duty manager called me and told me that they couldn't do anything about it until 8:30 in the morning. And the only other option was to keep it tied up in my place for 12 hours with barking off its nut, or take it down to the local RSPCA and take it to the surrender shelters. And we were pretty irate with all that. So we couldn't have it here because it was upsetting our dogs and setting them off, so we drove them down to the RSPCA, put them in the surrender cage, and we had to leave a note saying the situation and our details and everything like that. So we thought we'd go down there today in the morning when they're opened to give our own details of the animals that we're missing, just in case if they turn up so they could contact us. And it turns out that the owners of the dog had broken into their surrender cages and stolen the dog out of it and took the note that we left, so they have some of our details. So, yeah, it's a bit concerning, but hopefully they're not stupid enough to do anything about it. The thing that's pissed me off the most was I can't believe that the council doesn't have an on-call ranger or something to deal with situations like that out of hours. And now the owners of the dog get away repercussion-free, where we're possibly lost our two animals. And
Do they not
pretty
cop a
irate last.
fine? Surely there's a fine or something.
There is a fine, but the council can't do anything because we don't know where the dog came from, who the owners were.
Yeah, but
or
if
anything
the
like that.
person comes to claim their dog, it's not.
They didn't come to collect. What I'm saying is that the owners come and broke into the cages to take their dog away before the RSPCA opened.
Oh, what the fuck? So it's some fucking bogan ass pieces of
Pretty
shit.
much,
is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Well, don't
Pretty
you have
much.
to pay to get your dog out or whatever out of that sort of thing?
Ordinarily you do, but like I said,
When
they
you
broke
break in.
so.
You break in.
They break
Yeah.
in, they leave a 50 on the counter. Fucking ice, man. It's ruining the world. Everyone's on this fucking drugs.
Yeah, it just annoys me, irresponsible dog owners. I mean, you try to do the right thing and then you get fucked over like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, well, that was my bummer of a week. So let's pick it back up and go straight into the topic, hey?
Go on.
All right,
Give me it.
all right.
I still
This
don't know
week's
if
topic-
if it is.
This topic is time travel.
Okay, it is time.
Yes. What made me think of this topic was I was back at my first day of work on Friday, and for those who don't know, I'm a baker. So from the beginning of the year to about Easter is the worst time to be a baker alive because we have to make fucking hot cross buns. And I was thinking to myself, if I could time travel, the one thing I'd do is not go back and kill Hitler or anything like that. I'd go back in time, find the bastard who invented hot cross buns and murder him.
But would that not put you out of a job for a quarter
No,
of the
because
year, or
we'd
you're
still be
alright
making
with that?
bread. Just
Oh,
not
it's
hot
still
cross
be
No one
making
buns.
else would
bread.
have come up with. No one else would have thought of hot cross buns after that person was dead.
I hope not.
No.
I'd go back
sure
just
that's how
before
time travel
he
works.
got the word out there.
Imagine this.
Yeah, so-
This dude's just. I want to know who invented when was hot cross buns invented? So
I don't
it
know.
would've been-
I'm assuming it's Mr. Crossbun.
Well, let's assume. So Mr.
And he was
Crossbun-
very attractive.
Mr. Crossbun just walks out of his little bakery down on Crossbun Street. Toodaloo, crossing the street, fucking bam, you appear out of smack down to nowhere in a pile of smoke with a pistol, shoot the cunt, his last word, he's just thinking, well, it's an alien, it's a bearded alien man appearing out of nowhere, why am I getting murdered? Yesterday I invented this brand new treat that everyone loves, and now some bearded alien is just shooting me.
Well, hopefully that's enough to instill the fear of God in their hearts not to try it again.
He goes on
Just
to
in
invent
case.
Fucking a mass fucking killing hot cross bun that poisons the world population because he's
Oh,
haunted for life.
I
So,
hate hot cross buns that much, they're banned from my household.
Are they
Fair
just
enough.
hard to make, or what's the hatred?
they're
Where's
just-
the hatred from?
The hatred is just, there's not a single redeeming factor about them. They are fuck to make, fuck to bake, fuck to pack, because we have to glaze them with like sugar type water stuff, and they get sticky to everything, and it's just, ugh. They take an extra hour to 2 hours of your time each day just to do it. But of
Are
course,
there apple and cinnamon ones?
no, we don't make them because
Oh,
I
you
work
don't
for
make
the
those.
evil, heartless company, and
I
they
don't-
don't care about how much extra time it takes to make them. You
Because
just
I've
have
been
to.
on those ones this year. You normally don't like hot cross buns, but I had tried these apple cinnamon ones, and I was like, Lord, please.
What the fuck are you doing eating hot cross buns in presumably February as well? Easter's
That's
not
exactly
until
right.
Easter's
Another
not
thing
until the
pisses me
middle of
off.
April this year.
I like apple, I like cinnamon. I don't want to tell. It looked good.
And the greedy corporations, they want you to start making them New Year's Day. 4 months of the fucking things.
So,
So-
valued listeners, what's going on here is sort of an undercurrent of we don't actually know where
Valued
Nick works, and we're not allowed to know, apparently. He just works for the devil. And I'm fairly
Dylan knows
certain
where I
that-
work.
Well, I think Dylan knows where you work because he works for the same place, but not as a baker.
Correct.
We're doing jobs as a topic, and
that's all we
become
know.
Clear.
Okay,
It will.
okay.
Stay
The
tuned.
best that
That's the
I've got
episode where I
is
shoot
somewhere.
myself.
The day that Nick
Me
quit.
too. We go out the pact. Once we say the company's name out loud, we just gone.
Yeah. You just burn like the Wicked Witch of the West.
You know,
That's
in
it.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, where like the vegan police bust down the door. That's what's going to happen if we say the company name. I'll just be sitting here, my door will go flying off. They're like, we're fucking taking you away.
Meanwhile, Wikipedia thinks that the ancient Greeks may have marked cakes with a cross, just so that you know, and that's got a reference somewhere. And there's also a theory that the hot cross bun originates from St. Albans, where Brother Thomas Rockcliffe, a 14th century monk at St. Albans Abbey, developed a similar recipe called an Alban bun. And
Do you want to
Must
shoot
have something to do with the name
distributed
Thomas.
to the poor on Good Friday starting in 1361. So you're going back
shoot a monk.
650 years to kill a monk,
Yeah.
Nick. That's the kind
You're
of
still
man that you
committed?
want to record to history
I'm
that
still
you are.
committed. His name is Thomas, after all.
I
Shots
really
fired.
thought that might have changed your mind. You're like, oh, poor little monk.
No, this is how committed I am.
Oh my god.
Now,
Sorry.
the thing that's making me say this is knowing that I never will actually get the opportunity to do it. So it's kind of a thought crime.
Well, you say this now, but we live in the age of wonders.
Okay. If there's time travel, I want future me to come back and prove it to me right now. No, doesn't work.
Or now!
On now.
No.
Alright, so that's me. If you had to go back in time and change anything, past or future, what would you do? How about you, Dylan?
First, right, so hold on, let's clarify. Am I only time traveling once, or do I suddenly have the ability to time travel a certain amount of times, or I can just time travel whenever
No.
the fuck I want? I'm Bill and
What?
Ted, I'm just fucking flying through the universe. What's going on
No,
here?
we'll say once. Make you really
Once.
think about what you would do. Of course, you can get there and get back.
I can
You'll
get,
get
there,
there
and
and
go
stay
back.
there.
So I can go back to my past. I can go back to my past. It like gets rid of the. So if I go back to my high school self, right? What happens is my past version there, and then I lock him up in a cupboard for a few years while I fix the life of young Dylan.
I'm assuming so, but I think it might be a bit
Alright.
suspicious that young Dylan has changed into adult Dylan.
I know. I can just makeup does wonders. They say. I'll just de-age myself. Alright, well maybe I'd have to, maybe that's not possible, the whole holding young Dylan hostage. Maybe that would make older Dylan into a serial killer. Probably. I don't really know. I'd like to think if I got locked up for 5 years, I would probably become a serial killer, yes.
5
Maybe.
years.
How long's high school? 4 years. I'm starting at grade 6. We're starting in primary school. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, the last day of primary school, I'm there, I'm walking out of, the young little Dylan with his whippersnapper shoes is just walking out, and then BAM! I appear there, and I fucking drag him over to the corner and give that cunt the Stern is talking to, you're about to enter high school. You fuck it all up! I'd have to bring video proof, and then, but what I'll do, so I'd give advice, who not to talk to, who to talk to, all this sort of thing, life advice, right? But I'm not going to just leave young Dylan with that. No, I'm going to do a Back to the Future too. I'm bringing that cunt information so he can win big. That is the number one thing you always got to remember.
Sports arm,
I agree.
So I sit there, I pull him across, and I'm like, here, you got to do this, this, this. You fuck up this, this, and this, and you want to be this when you're older, so blah, 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 blah. And then, bam, take that. When you're 18, bet on this, this, and this, and we'll not only make better life choices, we'll be fucking rich while we do it. Hey!
Yep, that is the correct answer.
Would those life choices lead you to where we are right now, recording this podcast?
I'd like to think so. Maybe with better pockets. And not wood chippers outside my fucking window. I'd be in my mansion. My mansion podcast room recording. Fuck.
You got flies there each week.
Yeah.
We get choppered over or something like that to... can a helicopter go that far? I don't know. Maybe we can talk about helicopters one week.
We could. About how little we know about them.
Yeah. How far can a helicopter go? Nobody knows.
Well, from
Alright,
everything
well-
I know from movies, helicopters can
Very
fly
far.
halfway around the fucking world if they want to.
Yeah. Very quickly, too.
Whatever the
well-
plot needs.
It's also
Well-
possible. It's also possible to take down a helicopter with a car if you're Bruce Willis.
Oh.
That's something I know
this
about
is
helicopters.
true. What a bad movie, right? What
a fantastic
fucking
film.
terrible movie. Fuck that movie, man. Fuck that movie. Die Hard with a fucking Die Hard franchise. Killed it!
I think that's what I'd do. I'd go back, tell Bruce Willis, stop. Harrison Ford, don't do that fourth Indiana Jones. Just go around all these actors.
But do
I think-
do the next Star Wars.
Yeah, you're going to make a lot of money on that one.
I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford knew that he shouldn't do the fourth Indiana Jones film, but he must have got an absolute fat stack of cash that you would be
Oh,
stupid
yeah,
to say no to. So,
I'm pretty sure that's how everything worked for him, so...
yep. He was nearly 40 or something when he played Han Solo.
Yep.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. He doesn't look
He's
that
way
old.
old, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Bang
think
Carrie
we should go
Fisher.
back in time and tell. I think we should go back in time and tell him to get better piloting lessons.
That too.
Doesn't he know he
Definitely.
can pay people to do that for him?
Fly.
Where's the sense of danger in that? When you're Indiana Jones, you don't have somebody
Oh well, he
fly
figured John
you
Travolta
somewhere.
can do it, so why can't I?
I'm pretty sure, this, every time I hear about John Travolta flying, all I picture is, at the start of Wolf of Wall Street, where Leonardo DiCaprio is fucking flying that helicopter into the back of his yard, but that other dude next to him is just, grabbing the controls every second because he's off his face. That's how I picture Travolta flying. But he's not off his face, he's flying through and he's like... Aliens created this world, man. And he just sticks his hands up and he's like, fucking aliens created this world. And he just this co-pilot keeps having to grab in the world because he goes on fucking weird tangents about
Yeah, he's just
Scientology.
he's high on Scientology is what the issue is.
That's a topic
Jumping
in
into
itself.
volcanoes and shit.
Oh dear. Who's next?
Well, both Dylan and I pick pretty selfish things to do with time travel. How about you, Ash?
Yeah, I'd be pretty selfish as well. I think Dylan hit the nail on the head. The Biff method. I go back with a mobile phone and we'll work it out. What we're going to bet on. What stock market choices to make.
Invest in Apple.
Yes, that would be...
If you go back with a phone, how are you going to get service then? Because 4G
That's
wouldn't
true.
be around.
Maybe I'll have to print out Wikipedia first. Just massive stack of papers.
I feel
Explain
like
to
I
yourself
need
what
to-
Wikipedia
with
is.
The selfish thing, if I was rich, I would like to think that I'll do good things with my
Yeah,
money.
because we're all good people.
So,
We are.
I mean, I don't feel that bad. If I went back and made younger Dylan rich, sure, I could, fucking do the usual thing. I'll kill Hitler. But then I'm like, maybe we needed Hitler. To get to this point in the
Whoa!
world.
Oh, Dylan, the alt-right Dylan coming out.
Controversial
I'm not saying-
episode 2.
I know. What do you guys think on that issue?
I'm not saying I needed... What?
Did Hitler need
Hitler.
to? Can
I don't know. That's why I
Oh,
said
yeah.
maybe we needed Hitler. I didn't say we needed Hitler. I said maybe we needed Hitler.
Yeah, it's hard to think of what could have happened if he wasn't around.
Yeah, but it is one of those interesting questions.
Yeah.
Did we actually
Very-
did the world need to go through that to reach the stage we're at now? So I don't know.
As horrible as World War II was, it made
a lot of advancements.
incredible
and stuff. Yep.
advancements in medicine,
exactly.
machinery, all that kind of thing.
The thing that interests me about stuff like that, and I think about every now and again, the population growth is sort of exponential, if
Yeah.
that didn't happen in the 1930s and 40s, then the tens of
Yeah.
millions of people that died would have all procreated and there'd be more people. But I take it
Exactly.
further back and I go World War One. Okay, heaps of people died. Okay, the American Civil War. Heaps of people died, and if all of those huge groups of people at those points in time didn't die, how different would the world be? Even
It would be in a lot worse a shape.
Genghis Khan and Mongolian raiders and stuff like that killing millions and millions of people. What if all those millions of people were still alive? Or maybe he didn't kill millions and millions, but he killed an arseload of people. If those people were still alive, hundreds of years ago and had exponentially grown the population, this would be a completely different planet. And
that's exactly right.
it's an interesting thing to think about, to take
one
that,
thing the
just the
world
Hitler
hasn't
example
had-
even wider.
Yeah, the one thing the world hasn't had for about, since World War II really ended, was a major event like a plague or a war that has culled the world population. So we're in this interesting situation now where we really ought to start thinking about other population control kind of methods.
Yeah, I
we
guess
keep on
not
going.
on a global scale, but you've
No,
got
that's right.
things
We've had small conflicts like the swine flu or Vietnam, but it hasn't really been a massive cost of life.
even the Khmer Rouge is something that springs to mind,
Yeah.
and Rwandan genocide is heaps of people died, but they're
That's
very
it, but it
isolated
hasn't made
incidents,
us-
I guess.
Yeah, but it hasn't made
Yeah.
a significant impact on the world population. So, not
Well,
that I'm
I
saying
find,
that I want. Not that I'm saying I want millions of people to die, but
No one's
Yeah.
saying that. No, just to clarify, none of us are saying killing millions of people is good. But the world population has anyone here watched the show Utopia?
No.
It's a British TV show.
No.
no, I don't think so.
No, it gets really confusing. There's an Australian TV show called Utopia that's about, I don't know, but there's a British show called Utopia that is quite interesting because it's literally about what you're talking about. It's the world population's getting too big and basically about corporations being okay, we've got to come up with some virus to sneak into the world to wipe out a bunch of people
Yeah,
because it's just getting too big.
That's not
No-
quite
no
as
one-
gruesome as Ebola.
No, it's not. But
Yeah, the worst thing is that you can't really do anything like that because nobody has the right to say whether people should survive or not or anything like that. Well, that's my belief anyway.
Hey, we're
Mr. Hitler Youth Dylan over there might be.
fuck off.
it's semi on topic. For go on.
What
John.
was this topic? Time travel or
Yeah.
should
Time
Hitler
travel.
have existed?
It always comes down to this question when you talk about time travel.
I know.
Well, what-
It's just the go-to answer. Should you travel back in time and kill Hitler?
What's that internet rule that basically the longer you talk about something, the closer you get to it being talking about
Yeah.
Nazis? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm not sure of the term though.
Yeah, it's rule.
It doesn't take long.
Let us know on
number
Twitter.
Something. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know at Explosion Pod.
If you remember what that rule is.
I know it's not Rule
Interest-
34. That's a deep rabbit hole.
That's a very different rule.
Is that the
I
porn
haven't
one?
heard of any of these things. I've never
haven't
heard of Rule 34,
34?
and I've never heard of this rule about the longer you talk, the closer you get to Nazis. I've never heard of either of these things.
Rule 34 is if there's something exists in the world, there is a porn version of it.
opposite?
On,
Porn
no, a
parody.
porn
yeah.
version of it on the internet.
Is there a porn version of me? Is there Viva La Deal porn? That's not me.
Possibly. Go to
Fuck yes.
rule34.com and search it.
Beautiful.
All right. How about you, Tom? What would you do if you could time travel?
My
Interesting.
final
No one has picked to go into the future yet.
my final point from before though was that on the whole killing lots of people thing. we haven't played far enough in to know what's going on, but there's clearly something to that effect happened in like the 2050s or something in the Horizon story. Spoilers.
What?
Which is potentially where you got some of that from. Yeah. Like if you read the
I haven't
audio
gotten that.
diaries and like if you're reading the audio diaries and stuff like
You get
that,
you get the gist of that within the first half hour, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I got anyway.
It talks about there was one point in time where something happened and like 1 billion people died in like very soon, like the great die off or kill off or something like that. And it's Godwin's law, an internet adage which asserts, as an online discussion grows longer and longer, the probability of comparison involving Hitler approaches 1.
Thank you, Mr. Google.
So basically, the longer you talk about something online, the closer you are to somebody calling somebody else Hitler. My time travel, though. So I have actually thought about this as maybe one day in the future I would go on the Game Over Greggy show and potentially ask this question is, what would you do if you could, like... So the way that I was going to phrase it was, if you could go to one point in time and learn something, what would you want to go back and learn? And my idea is, because I did a classics degree at uni, so ancient Greece and ancient Rome, and there's a period in ancient Greece known as the Dark Ages, where basically there were small civilizations and clearly evidence of these happening and trade, sort of localized trade and stuff. And then there's just a point where it stops. And there's 300 or 400 years or something like that where there's no evidence of people existing, and sort of there are like primitive writing completely disappears and starts again a few hundred years later as something completely different. And so the thing that I would want to do somehow might not actually work for your go back and do one thing, or like go back once. It's just to be able to learn what happened. Like, did some earthquake happen and scared everybody, and they all like ran for the hills and left Greece basically, or was there some catastrophic event, or if sickness killed everybody because
really what you would use your time travel on, though?
Yeah, but that was the thing that I want to learn anyway.
I find it interesting. I get what you're saying. Like, you'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But as I'm listening to you tell me this, and I'm like, oh, I don't know any of this, I'm kind of like, oh, I hope we find out, and there's a Netflix documentary about it I can watch. But I wouldn't want to time travel.
But the Netflix documentary is only going to happen if I go back in time and learn.
True. Well,
but
you
also,
can fucking time travel so I can get my doco.
What's potentially happening is that in the future, I am going back in time to try and learn what happens in the Greek Dark Ages, and turns out it was me going back from the future that killed them.
Oh my god!
Think about that for a second. Yeah,
that's a movie. Let's write it.
Hey, I'm pretty sure it's already written itself.
It pretty much has. We just need to hire Mark Wahlberg, The Rock. I don't know.
And
they're a good team.
After learning all this, and
I take both of those as a compliment, Dylan. Sorry. But me going back in time is portrayed by Mark Wahlberg and/or The Rock.
No, you're Mark Wahlberg.
I can take that.
You can be Mark Wahlberg. I don't want to go as far as to give you The Rock. Calm the fuck down.
I think I need to start going to the gym if you're going to start calling me The Rock.
You need to start going to the gym every hour from now until 2040 if you want to be The Rock.
What's a
That's
gym?
probably true.
A gym.
What's a
Pokemon
gym?
And get gym badges.
Oh, true. Yeah, I did play Pokemon Go.
Any of them.
You're like trying to narrow it down. You're like, I did play that Pokemon game with those gyms. Wait, all of them?
I think you were just stopping at I did play Pokemon Go, because that doesn't count as having played Pokemon.
Alright, spinning off the talk of time travel making a movie from your time travel, what pieces of media do you think do time travel the best, or is your favourite? I'll start with Dylan because he's a big movie buff.
Like movies about time travel. Like
Movies
one of the
about
best
time
ones.
travel, books, games, just any type of media revolving time travel. What do you think?
Well, it's obviously
is up
Back
there?
to the Future. I think we can all agree.
Yep.
It's probably the
Oh,
best time travel movie.
I wouldn't agree with that actually.
Really?
Yeah,
my
my
God.
pick would probably be Looper.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I was about to say Looper's up there.
I think
as
it's
well.
Back to the Future.
I don't remember Looper.
Back to the Future is probably the best movie, including time travel. I don't know if it's the best use of time travel, or like the theory of time travel.
True.
Yeah, I can take that. Yeah, I can take that.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, that's a
What
different
do you-
question. I suppose if you're like, what movie... Yeah, if you phrase it like that, what movie makes the best use or like shows time travel and like what kind of mistakes and world you can live in with a world that involves time travel, then yeah, Looper's probably like a really good example of that. But best, mate, if you was like, Dylan, what's your favourite movie that has time travel in it? I'm going to say Back to the Future.
Yeah, I'm not on this big Back to the Future hype train. I think they're enjoyable movies, but I don't think they're anywhere near as great as what everyone makes them out to be.
And going to my reference from before, Bill and Ted, both Bill and Ted's are fucking amazing movies, and I really hope Keanu Reeves does come back and does this third one soon, because it'll be amazing.
Is the other actor in Bill and Ted alive still?
Yeah,
I don't even know who it is.
fuck yeah. He'll drag him out of his drug den somewhere where he's fucking like begging for money. Come act again, Keanu!
You say that as though it's a quote from the film, but it clearly
Keanu,
isn't.
yeah, it's from the movie Keanu. You know about the cat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is just
Yeah. Did you
just
watch
a
that?
parody of John
I don't
Wick.
think
I
I
haven't
need
watched
to say
it.
that.
Oh fuck! It's funny. It's a parody of John Wick, but
Oh.
but it's a cat, and the cat gets cat gets kidnapped. It's a Key and Peele movie.
Oh,
If you
okay.
like-
And
yeah,
the cat's
it's
called
pretty funny.
Keanu, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like at one stage, Key or Peele, I can never remember which one's which, yells out,
Racist.
"Keanu!" It's not racist. I just literally don't know which one's which. How can that be racist?
I totally heard this
Key and
same
Peele.
conversation on another show today.
On the Gold
Yes.
Show, yeah, I wasn't going to mention it because I'm like, no, I'm not. We're not mentioning that company again.
I already did.
As you continue to mention it.
I already
not
did. It's
talking about
fine.
them.
We're just weaning ourselves off.
You know, I'm
That's
trying to think of time travel movies. I can't actually think of that many, or a mental blank on it.
I did
what's
I did a
that?
quick Google on time travel
Time travel
and
movies.
fiction.
Let me
There's
just
like
chuck out
Time Bandits,
Terminator.
but I don't really like it that much. True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
First two,
First
the
two.
rest
I
of
never
them.
really think about Terminator. Yeah.
No, but
I
it
never
totally
really
is
think
about
of
time
Terminator as a
travel.
time travel movie though, because I'm not like, oh, they're jumping around. It's just like they figure out how to send someone to this time, and it's like, yeah.
Well, that's kind of
No
your
time
go back
travel.
and kill Hitler idea, isn't it?
More or less.
John
That's,
Connor.
Yeah, that's basically what that movie is. John Connor. Sarah Connor.
So in the Wikipedia article for time travel in fiction, it says precognition as like one thing, which makes me
Yeah,
think
that's
of
the
whatever that Tom Cruise movie was
There
that
was a
has
movie
those.
called there was that movie, The Sixth Man. Which
Nah.
I think
Which
that
which
was
one's the one where
Oh,
there's
the
those
sixth
like
level
people?
or something?
That's something.
Which
Yeah,
one's
I
the one
think
with the people in those like pools and they see the future
Oh,
and like
Minority
Report. There you go.
Oh,
That's
I haven't
pretty
seen that.
That was the first movie as a kid I ever watched that was rated M, which will prove my age, I suppose. And I was like, it was like a big moment. Dad rented the movie and was like, "You can watch this now, Dylan. You're old enough. We're gonna watch the first M-rated movie." And I was sitting on the couch watching it with my parents, and I was like, it was fine for most of it. I was like, yeah, this is big adults movie. And then spoilers for Minority Report. Go fuck yourself, Jack. And then we get toward the end there, and there's the part where he like cuts out his eyes to replace his eyes with other eyes because they like scan them. I don't know, this whole mumbo jumbo. But the moment he started like cutting into his face, I was like, nah, and I chucked a pillow over my face.
Fuck this. The one that I kind
Austin
of
Powers.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, gold member.
Does
Yeah, good
cryogenically
choice.
getting frozen count as time travel?
I
No,
don't
in the,
think
in the,
so.
No,
in
'cause
the
they go
third
backwards and
one,
forwards. Yeah,
in the
they go
third
yeah,
backwards.
one,
the
he
gold
actually
memory goes
travels
backwards.
time.
Yeah, no,
The first
he's
two,
like,
they
I'm
don't.
frozen, and then he's like, go. But then gold member, he goes all the way back. So
Yeah, they've got the time travel car in Gold
the
Member.
third one, yeah.
Yeah.
But the first
When
one
are they
was
making
just
another one of them?
freezing. I really hope they do, considering Mike
Me
Myers'
too.
last movie was terrible.
I thought it would have been hilarious
Yeah,
if they
he
did like
needs to
a
kick
Casino
out.
Royale reboot of the Austin Powers series.
That could be
Or
fantastic.
just like a trailer, that would have been hilarious.
With
Yeah,
Mike
I'd
Myers
watch it.
again.
Yeah, Mike Myers is Austin Powers, but like
Dark and
how
brooding.
Casino Royale is a soft reboot of James Bond kind of thing. It's a soft reboot of Austin Powers.
The Bornification of action films.
Go find some more, Thomas, because I would look it up, but I'm not in front of my
What,
fucking
what about
computer.
books?
I'm semi-looking it
I
up.
can't think of any books. Just type in like time travel books or movies into Google and see what comes up.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure there's some we just can't think. I'm sure it's on the tip of my tongue for half
So-
these things.
Doctor Who is a big time travel
Yeah,
TV
TV
show.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that up until
Is anyone else
Oh,
here?
the new
Doctor
Hang on,
Who
what did
fans?
you just say, Nick?
I
What?
don't like Peter Capaldi. I couldn't get into it.
This is the most angry I've ever heard Ash. I know we're only 2 episodes in, but Jesus, it's over.
That
I might have to do a
That was
Jack and John
pretty big
Oates.
sigh.
He's about to kill Nick over here.
No, I can
Well,
understand that.
I watched the first season with Peter Capaldi, and then I think just got busy doing other stuff instead, and haven't watched any more of them. Not for
His
the
last
fact that I
season was
didn't
good.
like him.
The-
Yeah,
the
I
last
didn't not like him.
The
I just
Christmas
haven't
special
done
was
it.
good.
That was fun, yeah.
The last one I watched was a Robin Hood episode, and I just
Yeah, that was like
wasn't for me.
episode 2 or 3 of his
Yeah.
first season, I think. Like
Yeah,
after
that was it. I just didn't have any motivation to go back.
his first season wasn't that
was up
good.
and down.
His second season, I think, was better. Yeah.
No.
Hot Tub Time Machine?
Nah, terrible movie. Didn't watch the sequel. Fuck off.
Yeah, there is a second
We're
one.
going back in time! And
Honest.
suddenly women want to see us naked. I was like, I don't understand what's happening in this movie.
I didn't watch it, to be honest.
It was fucking
No,
terrible.
I saw bits and pieces of it with my brother watching it, but no.
Jumanji? That's on the Wikipedia list of time travel movies.
What?
Oh,
I don't
I
get
suppose
it.
so.
No, I don't
It's,
get it.
well, it's okay. This
It's more
category
magical.
lists titles of films that include the theme of time travel. I guess
No,
Robin
Jumanji can
Williams
get
is
the
kind of
fuck
lost
outta
in
here.
time.
Good
there
movie,
at some
not
point.
time
Fuck
travel.
off, Jumanji. Jumanji's a great movie. Fuck
Are you
off,
looking forward to the
Jumanji,
reboot?
this is-
The Rock movie?
I am, because The Rock's in it, and Jack Black's
And
in
Jack
it, and
Black,
Karen Gillan's
yeah.
in it.
Oh, I do
So,
like Jack Black.
sure. Who's the other guy?
Kevin Hart.
Fuck is his name? Kevin Hart. That's it. Short.
Is it actually Kevin Hart, or are you just saying that because it's The Rock?
No, it is
and-
Kevin
is Kevin
Hart.
Hart. Oh,
It
okay,
is
okay.
Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Because
cool.
they teamed up after Central Intelligence again.
Yeah, they're just like
Yeah.
best buds now.
Yeah, and then you got Jack Black and Karen Gillan. So, sure, I like all 4.
Yep. Tenacious D, anybody?
Yeah.
The film.
What? No, not necessarily the film.
Is
just
this just that
D in
Tenacious
general.
D, like roll call for who likes Tenacious D?
That's exactly
Tenacious
what's
D,
going on.
anybody? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
I like them.
Yep.
You
I haven't
are.
listened to their Phoenix album.
It's fantastic. It's like my my most listened to album through iTunes. You
Oh,
should
true.
definitely do that. Yeah, it's fucking
I
brilliant.
brought, The Last Guitar Hero? Pretty
Yeah.
much just got that Last Guitar Hero because you could play tribute on it.
Good
What,
choice.
the
And I
most
just
recent
sat
one?
there- yeah, the last one, you could play tribute on it.
The one on PS4.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I haven't
not one
come
of the
across it.
songs. It's not one of the songs that you play in band
Oh,
mode.
yeah, no, yeah,
it's one
yeah.
of the music video songs. But you
Yeah,
can
I
do
remember
tribute.
that.
So, yeah,
I still play that every now and again. It's a wonder they
Yeah, it's
still
fun.
have support for it.
I think it was underrated. It was way better than Rock Band.
Oh, yeah.
Men in Black 3 has time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure
Yeah,
does.
I enjoyed
That
it.
was on the TV
bad
here the
movie,
other
man.
night. Oh, Here we go. Star Trek. The
the new ones, yeah.
the new one had time travel because Spock came back from the future to tell them how.
Alternate reality and shit, yeah.
Yeah, he came back from the future to tell them something that they didn't know. But how the fuck did they learn it in the first place if they know it from him coming back from the
Don't
future?
question J.J. Abrams.
It doesn't even make sense.
The last one I watched was the one with Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that one wasn't very good. The last Star Trek
I
movie
enjoyed
is
it.
the best one. Beyond.
Yeah,
is the
Beyond's
best
really
one.
good.
Beyond.
But
I haven't
I
seen
saw the
that.
trailers and the design of the aliens really did not do it for me.
Well, that could be a problem.
Nah, they're really, really good. And that chick that was in Kingsman: The Secret Service on the stilts, she's like the main alien chick in it, and she's really, really good.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember her name though. She's like some Russian chick or something.
Yeah, isn't she
So I
like
can't
a
pronounce
dancer
her
or something?
name. Yeah, she was a dancer and a gymnast or something.
Yeah.
She's really, really good.
Oh, there's one we somehow missed.
What?
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
True.
We were talking about
Very,
that before we
very true.
started
Alternate
recording.
timeline. Forever fucked up the timelines of X-Men movies.
Fucked up or made him better?
What did
Fair
you
enough,
watch
fucked up
them
to
in?
begin with.
Well, it made them better, but it also confused a hell of a lot of people.
There
I
are
enjoyed it for what it was.
I like
Two
Days of
more.
Future Past.
Yes.
two more from my general viewing. Planet of the Apes is a big one that's got like alternate time travel-y type stuff.
I'm not a big Planet of the Apes fan.
I wouldn't say that I am, but
I like the new ones.
Like the new
like,
movies I am.
well
the
known.
new ones I really, really like. But I mean like the original 8 movies, whatever they are.
I never watched
Boring
them.
as fuck.
I wouldn't even really class it as time travel, really.
Well, the first one is. It's a big twist.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't time travel. It was more the he went into the future, kind of like a interstellar type mechanic. It wasn't going
Did he
through time.
Travel time?
Well,
He
we all
travelled
travel
time.
time, if that's the
But
basis.
he did it at a faster pace than natural, hence time travel.
But it was natural, so
It wasn't natural. There's fucking apes. How's that natural?
Apes
the
and
time
natural?
travel was natural. The apes wasn't.
Here's a sentence you won't hear often. Time travel is natural. The apes wasn't though.
We're all traveling through time at 1 second per second.
In fact, that is possibly the first time in human history that sentence has been uttered. You heard it here first.
Time travel, natural.
Last time travel film that I want to highlight because it was really good and I watched it recently. But Ash, close your ears because you haven't seen it yet. Arrival. Arrival had really cool.
I haven't seen it either.
How have you not seen it? I swear we've talked about it.
We can't
No, I
talk
haven't talked
about it.
about it.
That's 3 against 1.
Sorry, John.
That can be a special episode
Okay,
of Tom
well-
talking to himself.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Arrival, and I've kind of just spoiled it for everyone, or at least a small
Yeah.
portion of it anyway. But it's still
I
an
wasn't
excellent
too upset, but nah.
I'm
I don't
furious.
understand what that. I don't understand the context, so I don't consider it spoiler
Well, good,
territory.
good. Harry Potter 3 has got time travel in it, technically.
True.
The best
Yeah.
one?
You want a
That's Harry
spoiler for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? That has
Yeah,
a
sure.
lot of time travel in it. A lot of time travel.
Another
wanted to read
time
it, but I
turner?
can't.
Hey?
Another time turner, or some other kind of time travel?
Yeah, no, Time Turner. Do you want to know the basic premise? Because, like, no, the book,
Yes,
they
I
never
do.
really explained, because they never really marketed the basic premise of that.
They didn't need
So I
to.
won't spoil the whole story. Yeah, they're just like, oh, it's Harry Potter. He has a kid
Yeah.
now.
Give me your
come
money.
watch. But the basic premise of what happens is, so Harry's got some kids, and one of them, the youngest one, is a bit of a cunt. Let's put it that way. He's nothing like Harry at all. He doesn't.
He thinks
excel
the world
at
needed
school.
Hitler.
He's pretty much an emo cunt that like looks at his dad, Harry, and is like, look at this guy who saved the world. He's a bit of a dick. He's just I can never live up to to be like him. His first day at school, he makes friends with Draco Malfoy's kid, who's a bit of a weirdo, but not a bad guy. they get their hands on a time turner in their first year of school. And they're like, I'm going to go back in time and start fucking around in time to make my life better. And then things may go kind of crazy and there's a lot of alternate realities because they accidentally stop things happening in the original Harry Potter franchise. And then obviously they might have changed it so Voldemort wins. And then they have to solve that problem.
Oh, sensational.
They sound like idiots.
Yeah.
They are idiots.
It sounds like what we do with time travel.
Yes, it sounds like Dylan going back and letting Hitler win.
Letting him win.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're advocating for, isn't it?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you and tell you that the time traveler's wife is apparently
That one made me cry.
It's a book that I've heard of but never read.
Yeah, I watched the movie.
It's
Is that
number
that Sandra
one.
Bullock movie?
No. It's
Probably.
Rachel McAdams, I think,
Oh, have you guys seen About Time?
and Eric Bana. No, I haven't watched
Yeah,
that
that's
one,
a good
but
one.
I want to watch it. Yeah, I'll watch that one.
Donald
too.
Gleason.
There was another one. Now you're making me think of romance fucking ones. There was
Outlander.
one, I think it was Keanu Reeves, and he's like, it's like he's riding to a chick, and he's like riding the ladder.
The Sandra
Yeah,
Bullock one.
That's the one I was thinking
The
of.
Lake House or something.
That's the
Yeah, the
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock
Bullock
one.
one.
Yep, and then it turns
Speed.
out that he's like they're in different time. That turns out they're in different time periods or whatever. He's riding to the future, she's riding to the past, something like that. Spoilers.
Is that the one where they put it like in their letterbox or something?
Yeah, they put it in the letterbox and then they
Okay.
check it again and they write back to each other and everyone's like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Okay, I know of the film, but I haven't seen it.
That's right. No, you're never going to actually watch it. So.
No,
The Lake House.
yeah,
the Lake House. There you go.
there's the Lake House. That's the one.
So
I've
I've
never
closed.
watched it.
I've closed my tab because I'm fairly certain we could just go through lists of
Yeah.
time travel related
thoughts.
media for the next few hours, and it probably doesn't make
I
for
couldn't
fantastic
think of any
listening.
books though.
Well,
There's
I gave you
the
Harry
Stephen
Potter.
King Dark Tower series.
Yes, but yeah. But I don't know, I haven't read many time travel books, I
Yeah.
suppose.
No.
Maybe that's something people can tweet at you and tell you to listen.
Recommend.
Please tweet
Yeah,
at
give us suggestions.
Explosion Pod with time travel books, TV shows, or movies. Thank you.
Or directly to Dylan, because he's the one that needs to read them at...
Why do I need to read them all?
Well, because you couldn't remember any, and then I set you up to give your Twitter handle, and you just... you missed it completely.
I'll give my Twitter handle when
At
ready,
alt-right
sir.
rules.
Fuck. What happens if I just edit out the part where I say, maybe we needed Hitler?
We'll know.
You'll make this conversation
Yeah,
really
we'll know,
different.
and it's fine. It would.
I said it. You talked about it. It was an interesting topic piece, actually. Thank you.
So I'm looking at my sort of stack of games, and the only thing that I can
Yeah.
think is Fallout 4 on that list, but it's like cryo freezing to get you
Yeah.
in the future, and that's not really time travel.
Singularity.
What about
Is that a game?
Yeah, Singularity is a game.
I liked Time Splitters
I believe
3
you.
on the PS2, I think it was. That was a pretty good game.
Never played
Yeah.
it.
What about Assassin's Creed? Would you class that as time travel?
Well, I suppose that's a tricky question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
His mind
Yeah, I would
time
think.
travels, I suppose, but it's not like they actually time travel.
Well, I think
I
that
kind of
like the
think of it as time
premise,
travel kind of thing. Yeah.
it kind of is,
How
but it's all
Crash
about like
Bandicoot 3 Warped. What up, cunts? Fucking that little bandicoot goes to the fucking dinosaur age and all sorts of shit in that game. What a game. What up, Crash Bandicoot? This is the only answer needed. Pack it up, take the podcast home.
I look forward to playing it in June if it's that good.
Me too!
Yeah, Stacy will buy it, but nah. Not for
All right, then. Shout out to Carmen San Diego, where in time that was an alright game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Magic School Bus.
Some deep cuts coming out of you,
I
Ash.
got another one. Sam and Max Season 3. The Devil's Playhouse.
Yeah, no, I didn't play
Nope.
that.
Nope.
Someone out there did. High five! Sam and Max games are great, man.
Yeah, I remember playing one on the old DOS, maybe. It was,
Yeah.
All I remember about it is it had a massive ball of twine somewhere. That's all I remember.
It's a talking dog with his rabbit friend, and they're detectives.
Was it ever
What?
a cartoon?
Not that I know of, no. But it would make a good cartoon.
Yeah, one of those mature ones.
I think Telltale are pretty busy at the moment, so.
Yeah, well. Telltale's... Back to the Future, the game. Telltale's Back to the Future. There's a time travel game, I suppose. Yeah, no.
Technically, maybe.
I feel like there's a game I played recently where you could just rewind time. Holy
Prince of
fuck.
Persia.
Wait. Prince of Persia.
I said
The
it before you.
Sands of Time.
I missed that.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, no, I mean, I missed the game series. I didn't play it. I didn't miss you.
Prince of Persia.
The
Sands
more you
of
say
Time.
it, is it gonna...
See,
You know it's a time one because it's got time in the title.
it's
True.
a dead giveaway, but that's a good game.
Plot twist.
I know we're all PS4 guys.
Didn't one of the Call of Duties?
Yeah,
Yes.
but wasn't Quantum Break the Xbox game? Wasn't that time travel or time
It
manipulation?
was.
I believe so. I want to play it, so I believe it is about time manipulation.
But that would involve me buying an Xbox. So.
Yeah.
But you might not need to
I don't have
buy the
anything
game.
against it.
Or you can just use
You
your
might be
PC
able to just
if you have-
rent the game.
I just got one.
That's true.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Spoilers for the first Infamous. Go fuck yourself. The first Infamous.
The first one.
There's a big twist. The first one. It's only the first one.
Which one?
The first Infamous is about
The
time
one
travel.
called Infamous.
Yes. Did you hear
Okay,
what
you
I
gotta
just
say-
said? Infamous is
Are you gonna
about
give a
time
lowdown on
travel.
what it is?
I did hear that. I didn't play Infamous. I didn't.
It's the Infamous. You start the game, bomb goes off. There's a bad guy. His name's Kessler. Big plot twist at the end of the game. Kessler's you from the future.
Okay.
Bam.
I only played 2/3
I didn't
of
know
game,
that.
So thanks, Dylan.
That was the big.
You missed the plot twist.
Fuck you, Ash.
Yeah.
See, I had that all spoiled for me, / you can't really call it spoiled at that point, when I watched the IGN 5-minute review of Infamous before
okay.
Second Son came out, because I got Second Son on PS4 and sort of did a, do I need to play these other games? No, you do not. Like to
You don't
to
need
understand
to.
the story. To understand the story. No, you,
Second Son.
yeah, you don't need to, but here is kind of the idea of these powers and whatnot.
I can't believe I forgot this one. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And Majora's Mask.
And Majora's Mask, yeah. I was about to say,
Yeah.
isn't Majora's Mask more about time travel, really?
Yeah, well, no,
'Cause-
the
well, it's
basic premise
Groundhog
is
Day,
going
the
back and
game.
forth
Groundhog
in
Day.
time.
Groundhog!
That is an apt statement.
And spoilers, Breath of the Wild.
Do you actually
that-
know that? Or are you
No,
screwing
no,
with it?
no, I don't know that. I'm screwing with you. I
was
haven't
like,
played it at all yet.
For fuck's sake, Tom!
There we go. My one Switch game ruined for me.
It's like 3 days old, and I've just read the Wikipedia plot summary and just spoiling it for you. No,
Really?
No, I have absolutely no idea what that game's about. If it
Okay.
involves time travel,
If it is-
I'm
right,
very
we
sorry.
can't get if it is
it was
about
just a
time
joke.
travel,
Send your complaints
it's
to
not
Tom
actually
the
his
Bomb
fault.
89.
Coincidental.
Yeah,
Hate mail.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I spoiled Infamous, a very old game, and he's like, Breath of the Wild's been out 3 days.
what, you
Netflix.
haven't finished it?
How's everyone not finished it already?
Fools.
True gamer would have played through Zelda by now.
That's
Fake
true.
gamer.
Don't sleep until you beat it.
The game, that is.
That's a daily thing, isn't it?
That's
I
Dylan's
often
current
beat
life
myself
motto,
into the
yeah.
past. And that's a good way to end the show if you want to take us out, Nick.
Yeah, it sort of
That's
brought
true, I was
us
just about
right
to
round
say that.
circle, right around back to
That's
porn.
a high note to go out on.
All right. Well, you can find Dylan at
Really?
Dylan.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a lead-in. I thought he was like,
It was.
can find Dylan at. You can find me at Viva La Deal TV on Twitter. You can go to youtube.com/Viva La Deal to watch my videos. Thank you.
Thomas.
At TomDaBomb89 on Twitter, TomDabom89, and they're absolutely everywhere else. Yep.
And next week's host, Ashley.
You can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEY, or on Instagram at ashley.hobley. I also want to make a correction for last week. I know when we did this sort of section last week, I said I was 29. I'm actually still 28. I don't know why I keep confusing myself.
Time
Time
Time travel is difficult. It is really confusing. I've been thinking
That's
about this
fantastic.
all week. It is doing my head in.
You just got a bit nervous and said 29.
No, but I said the same thing in the group chat like a week before. I don't know why I'm so desperate to be 29.
No,
You're wishing your life away.
you'll regret it
I
when
know.
you get there.
It's only 2 weeks away, but still.
It's
You can
only
find-
2 weeks ago.
You can find myself at Lord N.Prior, Prior, on Twitter, and at N.PriorPhootography on Instagram. Well, thank you all for listening to episode 2 of Pleasure Explosion, titled Fuck Wood Chippers.
Fuck wood
We hate-
chippers!
Hashtag fuck wood chippers.
Hashtag fuck wood chippers!
We hope you've stuck around and enjoyed it. You can find us on our brand new website at www.pleasureexplosion.com, built by yours truly.
Yeah,
We're
Nick.
on Twitter.
Make
at
it beautiful, bitches!
We're happy to take your
Fairly certain
sponsorship
that
dollars.
wasn't the line.
Squarespace, please sponsor
Bill-
this podcast.
Probably going to be their next tagline because they do go through like one a week, don't they?
What is their new tagline? Build it beautiful, bitches?
Wide appeal with that one. We're also on Twitter at ExplosionPod, and we're also now on iTunes, so please go there and subscribe, rate us, and share us around to all your friends. It gets the word out, and we'd really appreciate it. And that's all for this week. Thanks, guys, and see you later.
Jackson
Bye.
the dog!